This is the story how Gryphon began. I started this company called 2R Marketing, and I was very fascinated by turntables and cartridges. Being a distributor, I had to find out what each cartridge was offering compared to the differences in prices. The differences between the cartridges was probably bigger than what I was allowed to hear, because the amplification was adding coloration, distortion and noise to the performance. It is a very, very critical part of the whole amplification chain. So I spoke to a good friend of mine. He was a brilliant engineer. And I said to him, is it not possible to make something that is better than this? And he said, yeah, I mean, if cost is no object, if it's going to be, like an impossible product to manufacture, you could do that. We would have to buy like 1,000 transistors. We would have to throw away 50% right off the bat. The rest of it, we would have to measure and match them up to 5 different groups. It was really a nightmare. Didn't matter really, because we were never going to manufacture this. This was my one-off unit that I would like to play with when I listened to my cartridges. A friend of mine was going to the Chicago CES, and he said, why don't you bring that little gadget that you have to the show, because it's a real eye-catcher. They talked a lot about it, and during the show there came this very famous Japanese distributor in, and he saw it, and he said, I would like to buy that. I could sell that in Japan. And then I said to him, well, it is so difficult to manufacture. It is probably going to be very, very expensive, and I gave him a very elaborate price, hoping that I would scare him off. And it had the opposite effect. He just wanted it. So I went home, and I made another one, literally, home on the kitchen table. And then one day, there was this huge magazine, and there was my head amp. And it was the product of the year. Suddenly it was famous. Then I got first inquiry from Singapore, and it was just spreading like that. It just took off.